Hi guys, it's Sound for you. I'm glad to see you here on my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to explore one thing for you about Prince of Persia. You know, when I'm working on sound design for games, I always try to remember the gaming experience from my childhood. How I eagerly anticipated the moment when I could sit at the computer and play my favorite game. This helps me maintain a pleasant state of mind that balances responsibility to the players with the desire to surprise them. In my childhood, the first major game for me was Prince of Persia. And I know that many of you who also played this game are familiar with that thrill when we hear sounds from it even more than 20 years have passed. I have a few thoughts on why the sounds effects and Prince of Persia still resonate so strongly in our consciousness. So I prepared the game controller, I installed the game, and so let's try to find out why it's so, and let's try to play. You know, the introduction is so dramatic and it's so dark, and music is so serious with that musical accents and that melodies. It really immerses you and into the game's world and to this story. You know, I never hear something like that in my childhood. The synthesizers, the melodies, Arabic tension, and all of that was so cool. And that brief scene, so that melodic accents, I mean. Okay. So the introduction is divided into two parts, text and brief scene. So now we're here inside our castle corridors, yes? Oh my gosh. So let's try to survive. You know, I didn't play in that game more than 20 years and I lost my super skills, but I will try to do my best for you. Op. You know what? What's happening here? Here is happening emptiness, actually. And that emptiness is really pushing mind. And you know, that trick of the developers is working so good because the introduction was so huge and like a storytelling and musically. So that was so so big, and now we hear and nothing and nothing, because emptiness. We could hear only castle sounds, sharper gates, sharper platforms, and that dangerous blades. You know, when you are a child, and when you're playing in that game in the first time in your life, you just terrifying with that things. Yes, and this fear is strongly connecting with these sounds, because our brain working like that. Emotions connecting good with sound, and after many years, like now, yes, you could remember yourself from the big distance. Yes, and that's the science. That's how our brain working. Okay, let's try once again. I just wanted to try to fight with that enemy. But I don't know how to do it, really. So let's listen the blades. Op. Do you hear that? Inside of these sound effects, we have a voice layer, and it's saying that sound effect saying that something bad will happen with you if you will go here. Now I know that what's happening there if I will go on these blades. And when you hear this in the first time, you don't know about that. These sound effects explain you that thing. This is the first side. Other side, when you know what's happening there, after you hear that sound, and it's pushing you, and that emptiness also pushing you, and that gates also pushing you, and that's why this game is so brilliant, so good, so impressive. And it's still, when you're playing, you're still feeling that. Oh my gosh. And actually, that platforms also is sounding in different. That platform falling down without me, and that was with me. And in the first case, it was long tail. In the second case, it was really short tail. And it's so good. These details is so perfect, you know. And other thing about supportive sounds. Supportive sounds is only some healing or like these blades. Okay, how to go there? I don't know. Oh. Okay. So, what else? What I want to tell you more about that game. I wanted to say you about the increasing tension and about vivid childhood experience. The increasing tension, I mean that a bit later, the tension rises as the first enemy is appear. Along with these terrifying blades and falls from heights, during this time the player received no support or encouragement, and no helping, no saviors along the way. And this enhances the feeling of isolation and vulnerability. And another really important thing is vivid childhood experience. For young children aged 5 to 10, as many of us were in 1991, such a vivid experience is so strongly tied to the sounds. These sounds symbolized and accompanied the events in the game, leaving deep impressions. So these aspects create a unique atmosphere in Prince of Persia, where sound play a key role in generating emotional response and immersion in the game world. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me. And if you have your own stories about Prince of Persia, about your gameplay experience, please share in the comments, and see you soon.